Hello, Virgos, and welcome. Get ready because we are about to unpack your entire 2026. This is your personal celestial roadmap, and we're going to cover all the big stuff: your career, your money, your relationships, and your own personal journey. So, the big question is, are you ready to see what the stars have lined up? Let's dive in and decode it all. To make this super clear, we've broken the year down into 5 key parts. We're going to look at your career, then get into your finances, check out what's happening in your love and family life, touch on health and wellness, and wrap it all up with your spiritual growth. First up, your career. Now, 2026 is a really interesting mix for you professionally. It's definitely a year of growth, but it's not without its challenges. It's all about navigating the ups and downs. You can almost think of your career this year in 2 halves. The first part, that's all about steady, consistent progress, just putting in the work. But you'll want to be ready because once we hit the second half of the year, a huge wave of opportunity is coming your way. And here's the timeline to keep in mind. Up until June 2nd, you're building your foundation. Then, from June through October, you need to have your eyes wide open for new roles, promotions, or a nice pay bump. See that date, August 19th? That's when things really hit their peak. It's your cosmic green light to push for what you want. And hey, if you've been dreaming of working abroad, things could get interesting after October 31st. Okay, but it's not all going to be a walk in the park. The stars are flagging 2 periods where you need to be a little careful. From early February to mid-April, just try to steer clear of any office drama. It's just not worth it. Then, for a couple of weeks starting April 30th, be really wary of making any sudden career moves just because a coworker suggested it. This is a time to really trust your own gut. Now, all this action at work is naturally going to affect your wallet. So for our second section, let's talk about money. The big theme for your finances in 2026 is all about balance. So the good news is that your income is looking pretty solid. You've got that steady flow until June, and then a decent raise is very likely between June and October. But, and this is a big but, you've got to watch out for sudden, unexpected expenses that might pop up before November. That discipline will be super important, especially since the end of the year could bring a major purchase, like a house or a new car. Let's get specific about when to be extra careful with your cash. In February, it's probably not the best time to lend money or make risky investments. From late March into April, just think twice, maybe 3 times, before any big financial decision. And then in July, you might feel a really strong urge to splurge on luxury stuff. A little self-control then will go a long, long way. All right, let's shift gears from work and money and get into matters of the heart. Section 3 is all about your love and family life, and it looks like a year with some pretty powerful and complex dynamics. For those Virgos in a relationship, the year could bring some tests. The absolute key here is to sidestep pointless arguments. But check this out. That amazing window between June and October, that's a golden opportunity for reconnection and healing. And for all you single Virgos out there, that exact same period could be when a brand new romance sparks to life. At home, things might feel like a bit of a tug of war sometimes. Swinging between really happy moments and some more tense ones. But here's some potentially very exciting news. That same positive window from June to October could mean a new member joins the family. Just a heads up though, if there's already some friction in your marriage, it might feel a bit more intense after October. So keeping the lines of communication open is going to be key. Of course, none of this matters if you're not feeling your best, right? So for our 4th section, let's talk about your well-being. The name of the game for you in 2026 is being proactive. We've got a simple 3-step wellness plan for your year. For most of it, right up until the end of October, your health looks great. After that, it's a good idea to dial up the self-care, especially if you have any chronic conditions. And hey, remember that period from February to April we talked about with the office politics? That's when you really need to manage your stress to avoid feeling totally burned out. And here's a quick but important travel note for you. If you're traveling for work at the very end of April or the first half of May, just be extra careful and mindful while you're on the go. Okay, for our final section, let's zoom out and look at the big picture, your own personal evolution. This is really where all the external stuff from the year fuels your inner journey. This quote right here really nails the vibe for your year. You're going to grow so much in 2026, but it's not always going to feel easy or comfortable. But for a Virgo who's always striving to be better, this is actually fantastic news. Real growth comes from working through the tough stuff, and that is your story this year. And look at all the ways this growth can happen. It's a fantastic year to finally start that meditation practice, or maybe take a meaningful spiritual trip. It's also a great year for any kind of studying. And remember that powerful June to October window we keep talking about? It's also the absolute best time to learn a new skill. And that potential for foreign opportunities we saw in your career? Well, it pops up here too for students after October. See how it all connects? So, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. 2026 for you, Virgo, is a year of navigating balance. It's about balancing steady work with big opportunities, balancing what's coming in with what's going out, and balancing life's challenges with moments of true connection and joy. Look, this isn't about fortune telling. Think of it as a map. It shows you where the smooth roads are, where you might hit a few bumps, and where the exciting new adventures lie. So the real question is for you. Now that you've seen the map, how are you going to choose to navigate your 2026?